All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee, and LoFi. A special thanks to Globe Exchange for sponsoring this series. Easily some of the most competitive fee structures that are available to retail right now. So go and check them out. A link in the description below. If you sign up with them, make a deposit, you can join the Discord where I share all of my live trades and my entire life's work, all of my strategy, everything for you to see. Right, so before we jump into this episode, I just want to quickly go over the previous episode. So if you are new here, make sure you go and check a bunch of the previous episodes out. Make sure that you go and watch the tutorial so you have a better idea of what it is I'm doing. But yeah, so let's take a quick look at the previous episode here and see. There we go.
I wouldn't be taking any swing longs. The time to take swing longs was down here in this range.
So we'll go over this and then we'll have a look at what happened.
Taking intraday positions from level to level, or even possibly looking for a swing short scenario. So let's just go over what those scenarios may look like. So two possible short setups here on Ethereum. If you are new here, I am just using the same pattern to find accumulation, distribution, support, resistance. That same pattern again as an entry trigger. All that pattern is really is just a sweep of a level. It is then followed by a break in market structure. So we have a sweep, and then a break, and then a sweep, and then a break. And we've moved up above all of these equal highs. So leading into London Open here, if this distribution is going to hold, you would need to see some lower time frame distribution here in the next probably 2 hours. So something like that on the M15. If we don't get some distribution here, then I think we make one more high. Any distribution up above this high, something like this, is a hard short. If we look here, we have a bunch of equal lows resting all in here now. And then a bunch of equal lows resting all in here.
All right.
I think the next level is likely.
Let me turn this down. I hope that music level is all right. Yeah, so that was the plan. Last week? Might have been the week before. Yeah, so we have the sweep of the high, the break of the low. Right here, we close below, confirming the first break in structure. Then we come up, we run some more liquidity, taking out this small swing high right here, breaking down, closing below, confirming the entry right here, taking out all of these equal highs around the session open, and then dropping off. It honestly doesn't get any more textbook than this. So I'm really happy that this played out. We caught a lot of nice shorts on a few coins in this downtrend. So if this strategy does interest you, you can pick that up for free. No problemo. But going into this week, I think we could be in for a little bit of a bounce, and I'm going to explain exactly what my plan is here now. Really trying not to overcomplicate anything. I think that it's pretty obvious that we're in, that the daily has now moved and the weekly also has now moved into a temporary downtrend. So let's see what, I haven't really looked at the charts today. I only woke up like maybe 10-15 minutes ago. So this is a fresh look and a fresh bias. So I'm going to leave all of the drawings up top there. We'll probably just stick with ETH today. Everything that I'm doing here on ETH can pretty much be carried over to BTC as well. So we did actually take out the previous week's high. So that's a temporary, previous week's low. So it's temporarily, that may be a bullish case, okay? And now we can mark out this weekly supply as well. Now, when I mark out higher time frame levels of supply or demand, I'm never really leaving any limits at those levels. What I generally do is wait for price to reach into them. Once we reach into the, do we get a, for example, this is a weekly supply level. So once we reach into there, do we get some lower time frame distribution? So do we get something like this? If that's the case, then that should be an easy short. Yeah, does that make sense? So rather than leaving limits, I'll wait for price to reach into this area, and I'll wait to see if players are actually selling. If they are, then it's an easy short. So what I was explaining though is that we did get that sweep of the previous week's low, which is just down here. So this happened right on the daily open yesterday. So here we have that sweep. There was no decent setup here for a swing long. We did catch a scalp long though in here, so I can go over that, I guess. What I was doing was I had a H4 level of supply marked out as a potential target, as a potential area of resistance, and then we took out this previous week's low. All right, I think it's there. Is it here? I don't know. But we took out that low as well, and then we broke up above the high, returning to the range between the high and the low, forming the same pattern again. Okay, and then that was the entry trigger right around here inside of this red candle. So all I did is enter the long. Oh, fucking hell. I stopped below that low, targeting this high. I didn't quite see anything that was too obvious after that though. Maybe during New York while I was sleeping we had this. I know this is high side, but it's definitely still worth marking out on the chart. So all we're seeing here is accumulation. We run the previous week's low. We have higher time frame levels that we still need to test above. And testing those higher time frame levels doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a full reversal. And we have all of this accumulation, so that would tell me that we are going to head up, at least temporarily. So back onto the hourly time frame. We have that weekly supply marked out, and now on that M15 actually, if we take a look at this, we have a similar structure here that we had all the way up here. So taking out that high, breaking below the low, taking out this high, and now breaking below this low. So now we have a range between this high and this low, and we have the weekly supply level. So any kind of distribution inside of this zone should be a good short. Also keeping in mind that I only really take positions around either a daily open or around London open or New York open or close. So the timing is also really important on the reaction that we get here. But we may also get some longs. So we've taken out all of these lows here now, and we've broken up above the high. So there's no setup inside of this chop here. The only long setup that I would take would be if we took out some of these lows, something like this, and then got some lower time frame accumulation there. That would be the only long setup that I take. I don't really want us visiting all the way inside of this range again here. I think if we do reach down in here, we're probably just going to continue lower. So we have the short zone, okay? We also have a potential long scenario. If we get that, all we'll be doing is longing into the short zone, taking the majority off of the trade here and here. If we don't get the bearish reaction there, then leaving the rest of the position on. If we don't get the long, then just looking for shorts further up. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, if you want to learn more, you can pick everything up for free. Click the links in the description below, sign up with Globe, join up in the Discord. I think I'm going to cut that episode there. Again, I'm going to try to make these more consistent. I know I've been saying that for the better part of a year now, but The reality of this is that my sleeping pattern will probably always be super fucked, and the market is really unpredictable. So I'll post them when I'm confident in my bias, which I think I am today. So no worries, guys. If you enjoyed that episode, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Share the video with your friends. Help them out too. No worries, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.